So good morning on our next lecture on integrated management system. As I mentioned before, all lectures will be available for you on the YouTube channel Prof Webinar, so you can check every single week about next webinars, next classes. So we are after our first few lectures, so you already know a few important things about the integrated management system. You already know what we need to integrate the management system. So today we'll try to answer the question how to integrate the system. So the main idea, the main topic for today's classes is how to do it. So how to integrate management systems, guide, pass through, and I use the pass word especially due to our today's topic. So PAS means the public available specification, which more often are used as PAS, is a standardization document that closely resembles a formal standard in structure and format, but which has a different development model. The objective of public available specification is to speed up standardization. So it is the main idea of all PAS documents and guidance, and we will talk about one of those, which is focused on integrated management systems. So how to integrate the systems and do it in a proper way. So PAS was released first time in 2006 by British Standard Institution, BSI, and the first version of the specification PAS 99 focused on the integrated management system was released and published in 2006. This specification was developed in response to the need for a reference document for the implementation of the real and effective integrated management system. Before, we had the guidelines, the standardization for every single management system, including quality management system, environmental protection system, but nobody did know how to implement the integrated management system. And we already knew that it is probably the best way to do it. So that the main idea of PAS 99 was to show how to integrate all management systems into one core fundamental integrated management complex system. So specification of common management system requirements as a framework for integration. So it is the main idea. So the features here illustrate how two common requirements of multiple management system standards can be integrated into one common complex system. So for example, we've got the specification and requirements for the environmental protection management system. Yes, we've got different specification and requirements for the health and safety system. We've got different specification and different requirements for the quality management system, and we've got different specification and requirements for any others management system which try to be implemented in our cooperation in our company. So what we are looking when we are talking about the integrated management system, we are trying to find all common requirements through all management systems which are implemented in our organization or wanted to be implemented in the future. So the first and most important and most difficult task to do is to find out what are the common requirements, and it is probably the first and extremely important task to do, but you have to know that straight away you will see every time you will see what are the differences in the requirements between those systems, and all the differences between those requirements, so requirements which are not common for those systems, should be treated as source of potential risk of damages of the processes inside the company. So as a result, you can create the group of common requirements, and the PAS 99 should help you to do it. And based on those common requirements, you are able to create your own complex common management system, integrated management system. So it is the main idea how we should work and how the PAS 99 should help you with the development of your own integrated management system. Also, you should consider all integration in the management system in your organization as the continuous process. So it is not stopped process. It should be always considered as the constant improvement process according to the most fundamental approach when we are talking about the quality management and the Deming thesis, which is plan, do, check, act, constant improvement cycle. So if we are looking for context of organization, we should understand that understanding the organization and its context, understanding the needs and expectation of interest of parties, determining the scope of the integrated management system and integrated management system as the last level of our integration. So we should do it as the plan, do, check, act process. Start with the leadership, and you will find the information in the PAS 99 about the leadership and commitment, about the policy team, about the organizational roles, responsibilities and authorities. Then you should go into the planning stage, and in planning you have to consider the actions to address risk and opportunities. It is the 6th chapter, and the integrated management system objectives and planning to achieve them. Then you are able to starting to think about supporting the implementation of your integrated management system by resources, by competence, by awareness, by communication and by documented information. Then you are ready to start to implement your system. So all information, operations, planning and control has to be started to be done here. Next step is performance evaluations. So you should monitor measurements and analyze the performance of the processes of the integrated management system, and you have to be ready to evaluate them and to check if the direction is the right. Internal audit, it is good idea to do it here because it shows it shows outside of the company how the processes look like, and it is a 9.2 chapter. And of course management review, which is probably one of the last stage when we are talking about the implementation of the integrated management system. Based on the management review, you should think about the improvement by constant improvement, not the only one improvement, but we should consider all time that we are able to improve our management system in our company. So this is the overall framework of management system requirements when we are trying to implement integrated management system at our company. So what is the publicity available specification? And we are talking about the 99 number as the PAS because it is focused on the common requirements for management system that can be used as a framework for integrated management system. So what you can find in PAS 99, you can find the framework for the integrated management system and the best practice how to do it. So organizations with more than one management systems can view the PAS 99 as an aid to achieving a single holistic management system, because as integrated management system, as one of the important properties of the integrated management system, we should consider the holistic approach to the system. So we are not talking about single separate system, we are talking about holistic management system, taking into consideration one of the most important properties of the holistic system, when we should say that the results of the holistic system is more than results of sum or subsystems which are elements of this system. So we are looking for some extra added value when we are talking about the management system, and the most important value of the management system is always efficiency of the processes. So PAS 99 takes account of the 6 common requirements for management system standards, and it's outlined with ISO GUIDE 72 or 83 guided documents. So what are the 6 common requirements? First is policy, second is planning, third is implementation and operation, fourth is performance assessment, fifth is improvement, and the sixth is management review. We will talk about all those 6 requirements during our next minutes during our lectures. So as the results of implement all those 6 requirements, we can think about accreditation and certification of our integrated management system. And as you can see, the mark of the BSI, British Standard Organization Institute, which are responsible for certification of integrated management system based on the PAS 99. The first one, PAS 99, was released and published in 2006, but we had the review of the PAS 99 in 2012, so it is a little bit newer approach. So the version and the revision from 2012, this is revised PAS 99 is based upon the structure of ISO GUIDE 83. So the first one was most correlated with ISO 72, which will be presented also here. But when we talk about the revision in 2012, we try to based upon the structure of ISO GUIDE 83, and now sets a common structure to be followed by all management system standard moving forward. So the ISO GUIDE 83 is high-level structure and indexual text for management system standards and common core management system terms and definition. So as you can see, the ISO GUIDE SACC is high-level structure, so it's more advanced approach to the management system standards and common core management system. Okay, so let's go back to the structure of the PAS 99 revision in 2012. So first, the context of the organization. It is the structure of these guidelines. Next one is leadership. So we started to focus also on the very important part as the leaderships. The planning, again, the support, the operation, the performance evaluation, and improvement. So it is exactly the same as it was presented in the circle of Plan, Do, Check, Act approach when we are talking about implementation of the integrated management system. So each standard management system by the standard management system, we are thinking about the quality management system, environmental protection management system, and so on. So each of those standard management system has its own specification requirements, which you already know. So the quality management system is focused on the quality, the environmental protection system is focused on the environmental protection and the life cycle analysis, and every one of those has own specific requirements. But these 7 elements are present in all of them and should be used as the basis for integrations. So if we will look carefully and in details on each specific management system, we should think about common requirements as the context of organization, leadership, planning, support, operation, performance, and improvement. So we should build our foundation of our integrated management system based of those 7 integrators. Yes, we should consider those 7 issues and the integrators of the management systems. So PAS 99 is designed to be used by organizations that have a management system standard or are implementing various management system standards. So it can be considered as the guidelines for integration of currently used management system, or if you are trying to implement the new management system, some new management system into your company, you can do it also straight away in the terms of integration. So it is the most important properties. It applies to organizations of all sizes and industries. So we are not just thinking about the huge corporation. We are able to use the PAS guidelines for the integration in all sizes and all different branches and types of the industries. Of course, the difficulties in the integration is very sensitive, we can say, on the size on the corporation, on the organization. So if we are talking about some small business, the integration process is much easier to do because the number of the processes is much less than in other organizations. If we are talking about the huge corporations, the integration process is much more difficult, but it doesn't mean that it is always look like, because if we've got small business but without any management, any core management system with good standardization, the integration will be difficult. And from the other point of view, if we've got the huge corporation with already existed standard management system, the integration will be easier if we will follow the PAS 99. And the second thing is to consider the integration in terms of type of industry, type of business. There are differences if we are trying to integrate the management system in the company from the, we can say, for example, from the tourism business, and it is different if we are talking about the integration of the company on manufacturing company with the high level quality management system. So it's always has to be considered every cases separately. It is intended to be used in combination with other management system standards specifications such as ISO 9000, which is focused of course on quality management, ISO 14000, which is focused on health and safety, ISO 27000, ISO 22000, ISO 20000, and ISO 22301. So these are probably, and of course OXAS if 18000 if the industries follow with this standard. So these are of course one of the most common integrated management system, which were presented also during our last lecture, but you can consider for integration also different management system which are standardized or even not standardized. So it's up to you. But these are the most common integrated management system in the organization. So, as I already mentioned, we should consider the implementation and integration of the management system as the circle of plan, do, check, act, including all 6 stages and range of the integration, which is policy, planning, implementation, performance assessment, improvement, and management review. And the integrated management system through the PAS 99. You can use different documents which will help you go through next steps. So if you are trying to get started with the integration, it's one document, then about the implementation, chapters about certification, and about maintaining of the integrated management system, because the last stage of the integration shouldn't be considered as the certification, yes, because we are implementing the integrated management system to receive to get some benefits. So maintaining of the integrated management system is also extremely important to receive as many benefits of our new system as it is possible. So you can find also the information on the BSI Institute, what are the benefits and the business needs which can be covered by the PAS 99 integrated management system. So and according of course to GUIDE 72, which we will be talking about in a minute. So after certification, you can expect that all integrated management system should help you with fundamentals business risk, as management of multiple management standards can be wasteful in time and resources, and it is true, and it is probably the first difficulties what you will see if you will have at least 2 different standard management system in your company. Then the next risk is conflict between business systems, and it is also extremely important. I said about looking for common requirements for different management system, but I also said that you have to know straight away that after the common requirements you will also see a lot of differences in those systems and conflicts between those goals of those systems. It is probably the most difficult thing and the most risky area in your business. And the third one is poor internal and external communication. Communication always is always a clue if we are talking about the management system. So what are the business needs according to those risks? So for the first one is the streamline the business and have one management system in place. So it is the solution how to replace multiple management system into one management system, but without losing the profits of each separate management system. The business need for the second risk is to avoid internal empires, provide clearly defined objectives, and have one system benefiting to whole organization. And the need for the third risk is clear communication to staff and stakeholders, which is not so easy to do because sometimes every single separate management system has different policy of communication. So what are the future of standards? So for the first risk is requires of set of processes that covers all of the organization achieves activities. The second risk, the standard for the second risk is requires the consequences of any actions are taken into account and consideration given to how they affect each other and their associated risk. And the third risk due to communication, it's standard requires the there to be clear communication both internally and externally. So what are the advantages if you will consider the integrated management system according to those risks? So first one is requirements to the specific standards are coordinated. So we are looking not just to reduce some specification of different standards. We are looking for coordination between those requirements. Workloads are streamlined, duplication and bureaucracy are reduced. So it is also important because each separate management system needs its own bureaucracy. So that is how we try to reduce it. Systems for internal audits, documents control, training and administration are much more effective. For the second risk is ensure a more holistic approach to the management. You already know what are the most important profits and benefits when we are talking about the holistic management system. And the last, communication is communicators are often one of the most difficult part of management. Therefore, having one management system can improve communication across whole organization. So what are benefits? What is in for your business after implementing the integrated management system? First, more management time for proactive measures, not focus just on running the management system, but running the business. Only one management review required, which should be part of board meeting, therefore show top level commitment of the system. So you are not forced to prepare every single report for different system. You are trying to report one single common integrated system, and it is much easier also to analyze the results. One system means less time spent on correction impacts on the other areas because you are considering just one system. More management time for implementation proactive measures, which will usually lead to increased customer satisfaction. It is also important part. And last benefits for the communication is less time spent correcting mixed message, different messages, different list of addressed. Both internal and external communication is improved, and more management time for continual improvement. So these are the most important benefits which should have been considered as the benefits of integrated management system, and as you can see, those benefits are correspond to the business risk in your company, in your organization. Okay, so I already mentioned that PAS 99 is follow with the ISO 72. So what is the ISO 72 approach? So ISO 72 is a guidelines for the justification and development of management system standards. This guide makes this distinction between three different types of management system standard. The management system standard are as follows. The first one is the type A management system requirement standards, both generic and sector specific. Type B is management system guideline standards, both generic and sector specific. And Part C is management system related standards. So we've got three different types of the management system standards. But every one of them and all ISO 72 all also based on approach to policy, planning, implementation and operation, performance assessment, improvement, and management review. So as you can see, the core integration is similar like in PAS 92 because the both documents are correspond to each other. So the need for integration guidance. So first, reactive to proactive management. I already mentioned about how important it is to find out the proactive management. Standards of health and safety, quality and environmental management. Contrast, for example, when we are considering the risk management, fire, security and so on. Controversy. There is always some controversy, so the guidelines help us with all controversy which can go through the implementation of integrated management system. And organizations should in any event know now how considering the development of the implemented management system. So on every stage of the organization we should be able to consider the implementation of integrated management system due to all benefits we can expect after the integration. Okay, the case for the integrated management systems. First of all, the cost effective. Yes, we are looking for the better cost effective system, including facilities, decision making, and every important factors. More rewarding careers. Yes, if we are thinking about the human resources, we have to think about also this important factor. Objectives, processes of management systems should be very similar and has to be very similar for all integrated systems. Avoidance of duplication, and because all duplications are the potential source of risk and are the not even potential, are the source of extra cost. Reduce chance of resolving one problem but creating another problem. It is also very important thing when we are considering the integrated management system, because if you will consider the specific management system, sometimes we have situation like this that you did solve the problem with the quality, for example, but at the same moment you did generate the new problem due to, for example, the environmental protection. So we don't know if the systems are not integrated, if the results of one system, how the results of one system will influence of other system. Sometimes the solving problem in one system will generate the new problem in the other system. That is how, if you are considering the integrated management system, you shouldn't have situation such a generation and creation of another problem. And easier development of standard operating procedures for safety and health and safety and environmental protection, for example. Okay, so we will go through all stages of the integrated management system, starting from policy. So top management should ensure that the stated policy, first of all, is appropriate to the organization. So the policy of the organization has to follow with the organization. Yes, if we cannot go with the policy which is not correspond with our organization at all. Yes, so it is the first thing. We should control the mission and the goal of our organization. Next one includes a commitment to comply with all relevant requirements and continuously to improve the effectiveness of the management system. So we should always, through the policy, consider that it will allows us to increase the effectiveness of all processes and will open the constant improvement. The next one provides a framework for establishing and reviewing objectives. So we have to also always be able to check out the objectives of each management system and our integrated management system at all. Is communicated where appropriate, and it is understood with the organization and all users of the system. So the policy shouldn't be just for the management, top management, but it has to be so clearly defined that every employees of the organization should know and understand the policy of the top management. And its policy is reviewed for continuously suitability. So we have to always be able to check if it is suitable to the current goals and current strategy and mission of the organization. Okay, next one is planning. So first, when you are talking about planning, you should consider the identification of the risks. Yes, so identification of aspect of the risk, you should consider identification of all hazards, and everything together will shows you what are the potential problem, what can be the potential problem during the integration of the management system or during not integration of management system. So the risk, I just show you just 3 potential risks and how the PAS 99 with the integrated management system should help you with those risks, to reduce those risks, or maybe even to not considering this risk. But you have to identify always the potential risk, and in all aspects you should consider the hazards which can be generated by all subsystems. Next, during planning, you should select the significant aspect to be addressed. Yes, so you should start from the ranking of the important of the aspects, and you should select what are the most significant aspects to be addressed. Next is defining the objectives and targets of our implementation of integrated management system. Of course, we've got few fundamentals, objectives and targets, but the rest of all should be correspond with the core business of our organization. Not forget about what we are running our business, not to have the perfect organization, but to have the best profits from my business. So it is always the main important goal. Next one during the planning is identification of resources. So if the resources, if the needed resources according to my objectives and targets are good enough, or I need to find out new resources, or use the outside outsourcing as the other way to reach the targets. Then identification of organizational structures, roles, responsibilities, and authorities. So organizational or management structure show us the management style in our company organization, and it is system approach to the management, the statical approach I used to say. So you have to find out and identify the organization and management structure, because the organization and management structure should be improved according to the integrated management system. So it should be, everything should be correspond and correlate on, or if it is not necessary and it is not even sometimes possible to change the organizational structure, you should analyze if the integrated management system can be run on the current management structure. Planning of operational control, because when you are planning all the activities during the integration of integrated management system, you should always be able to control the current state of the integration. And contingency preparedness for sales events as the last issue. Okay, so the key areas of planning that are distinct to. First one is in chapter 2.1 in ISO Guide 72, is that organizations should establish a process for identifying those aspects of its operation which need to be controlled and or improved in order to satisfy the relevant interest or parties. This includes research and design, which is the R&D process in our corporation, and it has to be also covered by the integrated management system during the planning stage. Where appropriate legal requirements should be identified. Okay, 2.2 is the organization should establish a process for prioritizing its aspects so that those that would have a significant impact are readily identified for control measures where this is appropriate. Yes, so it is 2.2 and now 2.7. The organizational should establish and maintain a process for identifying and responding to any potential emergency situation. The process should seek to prevent and mitigate the consequences of any occurrence. So we should consider the constant monitoring process and maintenance process due to potential emergency situation. Okay, so next is implementation and operation. We've got 3 chapters in our ESOP wide. First one is on operation, second one is on management of human resources, third one is management of other resources, not just human resources but technical resources, know-how resources, documentation and its control. Communication, you already know how important is the communication factor when we are talking about integration of the management system. And relationships with suppliers, contractors, especially if we are talking about supply chain management, you have to consider that the management system is not the closed system. It is always considered with all our partners and environment. So especially right now when the global supply chain management is so often used, you have to find out about relations with all suppliers and contractors. Okay, so what are the key issues for the integrated management system to be effective? So what do we need to have our integrated management system effective? First, we have to have control. Is there any adequate structure? So first is control. Second one is cooperation. Are these adequate arrangements? Yes. Third one is communications. Are the arrangements effective? And fourth are competence. Are the systems and competencies available? So these are the 4 important key issues when we are talking that our integrated management system will be effective. And we are integrating management system to be more effective. So the structure and responsibilities as important factor, of course, also about the integration during the integrated management system. So clear definition for responsibilities, and probably it is one of the most difficult part when we are talking about the integration, because if you will consider different management system, specific management system which has to be integrated, for example the quality, the environmental protection and health and control and safety, there are different responsibilities in those systems. So after the integration we have to set up the clear definition of responsibilities, because the responsibilities is mostly also due to fact who is responsible for the process, not just for the results of the process but also for the process. So included in a job description, so it's good if you will start up new structure, organizational structure or management structure. when you will create the description of each of the position, it should be included in the description of the position, work position. Authority and resources, we should have the first of all authority, so our voice have to be listened, yes. So especially when we've got the organizational structure or management structure, we have to be on the level of management, yes. So everyone has to know that I am decision making position. So, and then after this setting up as the authority, you have to have resources to run the system. So every system, management system, need to be supplied by resources. So you have to have resources. It is also very important. Sometimes we are don't remember about this. Next one is arrangements, accountability. So everything has to be cooperate together. Next is reporting arrangements, clear, and all reporting has to be clear, and it has to be easily analyzed if the process is run well, if the result is proper, especially when we are talking about the integrated few different systems. Where personal appraisal includes integrated management system performance, and it is probably the most difficult. And second one is senior managers should demonstrate commitment by active involvement. So it is not just about implementation of integrated management system and introduce the management system to the, we can say, the low-level employees, and we should not consider that the low-level employees are responsible for running the integrated management system. No, it is not right. The senior management level is responsible for integrated management system, and if they will show they involvement in the management system, good practice, leadership, it is strong factor to integrated management system to be success and effective, yes, because sometimes we are not having sense that a senior management system is also involved in the integrated management system. So it is always huge factor, and it's not just about the integrated management system. If we will talk about the different specific management system, the involvement and leadership of the senior management is always important factor. Okay, so I would like to also show you the flowchart of a generic management system. It is just an example how it looks like. So we are starting with external factors, but also all internal factors have to be considered because everything is interacting with our management system and our integration process. So we've got the information flow here. Yes, all information flows are here, and all control links are bold and arrows here, so you can see on the flowchart. Then we've got next stages, we can say next aspects of the integration. We've got the initial and periodical status review. We've got policy, we've got organizing, we've got planning and implementation, and we've got measuring performance. We can use the audits inside and outside company, and the audit should have all information needed, especially when we are talking about the constant control, and the results of the audit should be implemented in all stages of our integrated management system. And as you can see, all stages has also the feedback. Yes? So the feedback which shows the response to results from the previous stages is always in our flowchart of generic management system. Okay, so what are the most important benefits? I already mentioned about few benefits, but as conclusion, I would like to give you the most important benefits of the integrated management system. It doesn't matter if you are using the PAS 99 guideline or ISO 72 or 83 as the guideline. The most important are benefits which should have been expected after the implementation of integrated management system. And it is just few of those. You can find many others, so it is not limited benefits, but probably the most important. So first are, as I said, it is not limited benefits. So first is meet differently implemented standard requirements of your business with a single set of policies and procedures. This helps growing the standards in a more coherent and less cumbersome manner, which results in more streamlined and smooth approach to meeting the multiple different requirements. So everything's about the common requirements based on the specific management system during the integration. Second, a single audit can cover all the various management systems in place, providing the way to achieve the same end goal but with far fewer resource involvement. So everyone probably of you know how important is audit and how much efforts has to be taken when the audit is coming on. So if we are able to say that after the implementation of integrated management system, only one audit will be required. I'm talking about the periodically, of course, control. It is huge benefits for the running the management system, believe me. Next one, improve the overall efficiency of your business by systematically removing redundancy and duplicate tasks. Especially the duplicate task is important because it is the potential source of risk, and always it is the duplicate cost generation. So it is also important thing. The duplicate tasks with different targets are now replaced by singular tasks that cover all the differences target of the individual management systems, specific management system. So it is important because not just the cost analysis but also the risk analysis by different goals, by different tasks, by duplicate tasks. Role and responsibilities are clearly defined, with roles how begin responsible for all the areas that have an overlap, causing the merge of multiple roles into one. So it is merging the roles, not multiplying the roles, but merging the roles in the integrated management system. These new roles will now be responsible for all the common objectives that were previously being locked after by multiple different roles. So it is also what I already mentioned about the merging the role of leadership and not multiplying them. And it is also important when we are talking about the management style and leadership style in our organization. And last one is continuously improve multiple management system by providing an integrated overview of the system, which all allows growth to be driven without handing the executing improvements on multiple disparate systems. So it is also important benefit because as I mentioned on our first slide, the constant improvement is one of the fundamental process when we are talking about the integrated management system. So not finish with the certification, but maintain the system and look for constant improvement. It is the most fundamental thing. Okay, so thank you very much, and we will start our discussion.